Well, things are about to be delicious here today. I am so excited to be cleaning up a bunch of strawberries today. We'll also do some things out in the garden later as well, but strawberry jam is high on the list today. So I think we're gonna start off just washing all of these, giving them a good rinse, taking the stems off, and then we have a couple things we're gonna do. I know you want one, you want everyone.
Yeah.
We have a couple things we're going to do to store these for the winter if they last that long. And we're going to have some for fresh eating too, right? You pull the stem off of one, go like this, see? And you pull it off.
Oh, here. Where is it? Yes, you want that? Okay, like this.
I'm gonna get my pot ready here for the strawberry jam. I like to do 2 pounds strawberries to 1 cup of honey. So I set my pot on top of my scale so I can just kind of keep track of the weight, and I'm just gonna fill this pot for now with strawberries and see how many little half pints we get out of it. I like to do strawberry jam in half pints, well, any jam honestly, because I don't like to have big jars of jam sitting in the fridge. So we'll see how much this makes. We have 8 pounds of strawberries in the pot, which means I need 4 cups of honey. I might need to start cooking down my strawberries a little bit before I can add all of the honey, but I'm gonna add at least 2 or 3 cups to start with. We've already got a start on freeze drying strawberries. We love these just snacking like this, but also for flavoring things, which if you've been around for a while, you've seen me decorate Christmas cookies using freeze-dried strawberry powder and that sort of thing. It is so delicious, even flavoring homemade yogurt, throwing into smoothies, so many ways that we love these. So I used to freeze a lot of strawberries in the freezer, and that is also delicious. I do love having some of that on hand for smoothies and things like that, baked oatmeal, but they do retain more nutrients when freeze-dried. So I think the rest of what we washed here, we're gonna slice up, and then Kyra actually is gonna get started on a sourdough chocolate cake. We're gonna do fresh milled flour with that. I know we just made a strawberry cake the other day, but I thought it would be fun to do that again. But a chocolate version, so kind of like a chocolate covered strawberry idea, and we'll see where we go with that.
Use a whisker or wooden spoon.
We have 5 trays ready for the freeze dryer now, which is 1 full freeze dryer. So we're gonna pop those in there, and then I still have a little bit of strawberries left over. So I'm gonna put these in a baking sheet with some parchment paper, single layer, and then I like to first freeze them that way before popping them into Ziploc bags, because that way you don't freeze them in one big chunk. You can easily break them apart after. I ended up splitting my strawberry jam into 2 pots here because it was starting to want to boil over, which makes an awful sticky mess, and you lose a lot of that deliciousness, obviously. But it has cooked down significantly now, so I'm gonna pour this back together, and then I think we're about ready to put it into jars. Once it's thick enough to like cover the back of a spoon is a good sign that it's about ready, and we are at that point. So I'm gonna cook the lids for the jars so we get a good tight seal, and then I think we're ready to ladle it out. This looks so delicious. I actually have some bread rising that I mixed early this morning, so it should be ready to bake this evening. And I cannot wait to try this on a piece of fresh bread. Not long ago, we canned some baked beans on here, just a week or 2 ago actually. Strawberry jam, I'm gonna do a little bit different. So for some things, I use an oven canning method. So what I'm gonna do is pop these into my oven at 225, bake them for 45 minutes, and then we'll take them out and let them seal just like you were taking them out of a water bath. Time to talk about Nuflora's June collection, and oh my goodness, are there ever some stunning pieces this month. The collection launches June 24th, so that's this coming Wednesday. And my discount code GoldenHour10 is still good on the entire collection as well as the entire website. Now, let's take a moment for the Everly dress. I actually paired it with a vest that is from one of the previous collections, so that's one thing that Nuflora is really big on, creating these pieces that you can mix and match all their different collections throughout the year, which is super fun. And I thought this was so cute, maybe even cute for 4th of July, right? And the reason I'm holding this here is because this is actually the exact same dress in blue. It does just have these like thin spaghetti straps over the top, so I prefer a little bit more coverage. I would probably wear a tank underneath or like this with the vest over top, but can be styled so cute. And when you have these sleeveless dresses, in my opinion, they are also so much more comfortable in the winter for underneath sweaters. So truly a piece that you could wear all season long, but it comes in this gorgeous blue gingham, and then of course the one that I'm wearing, which is, I think it's called the cranberry gingham. It would be nursing friendly because the top has a lot of elastic in it. Would also be bump friendly because this is very stretchy as well. This one hits me right at the ankle, and I am 5'7" and wearing a small. The gentry dress is back, and this time in a beautiful sage floral. It is such a gorgeous fabric. This one is also 100% cotton, obviously would be nursing friendly. The entire top is stretchy and then bump friendly with where the waist sits. This one has nice deep pockets. I love this little ruffle around the sleeve. I think it adds such a fun little dainty touch. You can hike it up, and while this elastic is not tight at all, it does hold itself. So you can hike it up like this. This would also be super cute once we get into fall, like with a cardigan or something like that. This is the scarlet dress, and the first time I saw this one, I thought, what a cute piece to wear through the summer. I imagine it's probably showing up pretty dark on screen, but these little checkers are really dark navy. But a couple notes on this dress. So I'm actually in an extra small, and I'm 5'7" and would normally be in a size 6, but the top part, and I'm already fairly small busted, the top part is pretty snug. And so I did size down to an extra small because I knew that the waist area was pretty big. So I guess it's just meant to be a super loose, like flowy piece, but that is something to make note of. You probably don't want to size down because of the bust area. So I imagine just the midsection area would just be, you know, it's meant to be one of those really flowy pieces. The ties on the shoulder are functional. It is also 100% cotton, and this one is like a much thicker fabric, I would say. It feels very like luxurious, the feel of it. I'm always trying to figure out as I'm doing these try-ons which of the pieces I'm actually gonna keep and add to my wardrobe, and I feel like this is one that I definitely want to keep. This is the Olinda skirt in a vintage gingham. The skirt is lined, and the lining and the skirt itself are both 100% cotton, so it just feels really nice on. It does have pockets, and then the waist is elastic, so super flexible that way through different seasons of motherhood as well. This top is one of my very favorite pieces in this entire collection. This is the rain top. This one is also 100% cotton, but it's this beautiful knit detail all throughout it. I love the little scallops along the neckline. The buttons here are functioning, so it'd be a super easy nursing friendly piece as well. And I am wearing a small in both of these. I want to show you real quick the difference between the Olinda skirt and the Everly dress, because probably from a distance these fabrics look identical, but up close they are just a little bit different. The Everly dress's gingham is a touch darker, and the white's a touch brighter than in the Olinda skirt. Next up, I have on the Seaview dress in amber floral. This cut has been out before, and it is such a fun idea with the more structured waist, but everything being super like stretchy, a lot of give, making things nursing and bump friendly. It has these cute little kind of like cap sleeves. Obviously, depending on how broad shoulders are, will depend on how these hit. You could wear this off the shoulder if that is your style. Front and back are almost identical. This is a piece that I have worn backwards before because the back is just a little bit higher up than the front, and I don't think you can tell. This one is also 100% cotton, both the actual dress as well as the lining, which this one has as well, and it's just super nice so you don't have to worry about wearing a slip, especially in the bright sunshine of summer. This one does also have pockets, and I'm wearing a small. Isn't this so fun for summer? I had to grab my bag because I thought, how cute wouldn't this be to like go to the market? I guess I should have just popped on some shoes to complete the outfit. The bag is from a previous collection. I'm not sure if there's any left on their website, but both this top and these shorts are also 100% cotton. The top is the Shiloh top. This one is more of a kind of beige-ish, taupe-ish, definitely has a hue of green in it as well. Top, I love the little ruffle around. It is just such an incredibly comfortable piece. The buttons are all functional as well. I think this is definitely going in the keep pile as well. head back to finish up our cake here in a little bit, but we are expecting storms later today. It is incredibly humid and hot today, but I picked up these planters at a little Amish stand yesterday. You can tell that, well, first of all, they need to be deadheaded. The actual plant, I think, looks perfectly fine, but it has a lot of spent blooms on it. You can tell kind of their main selling season is over. But what I want to do is plant these by the door in, actually, let me grab one of these pots. I picked up 4 of these. They're fairly large terracotta pots at the greenhouse, and I thought, how pretty would that be with, I want to plant these in the 2 on the top step, and then I also got 6 of these sun patience. I had these around the fountain last year and they were beautiful. If you're not familiar, these are like impatiens except they can tolerate sun, and so I thought these would be really pretty, kind of pulling from the same pink as the geraniums, but just adding a little bit more dimension and variety. And I actually have the, what are they called? Silver bells, so silver falls, something like that. Petunias lining the walks with the boxwood as well. So that's an even lighter shade of pink. So we're kind of going all these different shades of pink, and then I have a beautiful burgundy dahlia. I don't know if you can see that in the bigger planters here. Just love all the different textures, varieties, but still making it feel cohesive and pulled together. I could honestly probably pull all of the blooms off. They're all pretty much spent for right now, but you can see there's new buds just ready to open. But I want at least a little bit of color there right away, so I'm gonna leave the ones that are still the nicest on for right now.
Die in the river and come back home. Come back home. Feel the weight lift off your shoulders. Oh, feel the power, purest love. You should come back home. Yeah, you should come back. Yeah, won't you die in the river and come back home? Come back home. Yeah. Come back home. Yeah. Come back home. Won't you come back home? Come back home. Come back home. Yeah. Come back home. Come back.
I have one more big planter that I'm hoping to get all planted up in the garden, but it is almost milking time, which means it is time to assemble our little chocolate strawberry cake. I am not going to be too picky with having things be perfectly straight and piped. just for our barn snack here, but I am using our hard-boiled egg pudding. Now I had to kind of laugh. When I initially shared this recipe, I got so many comments and some of you loved the pudding. Some of you absolutely thought it was disgusting. So I guess it's one of those things that you either love or hate. My family happens to really, really love it. The kids keep asking for this, and I thought it was such a good way to pack in an extra punch of protein, and it also piped beautifully. So I put that between the layers as well as on top, and then just topped with some fresh strawberries, and everyone loved it. This is the consistency of the strawberry jam after it has chilled for a few hours. So if you are cooking it and thinking it is just not getting thick, I simmered this for probably at least 2 hours. You just want to keep stirring, keep an eye on it, and it will thicken eventually, but it does take a little bit of patience. Now, as I was getting this together, I realized that, my goodness, this is the exact same ingredients that I used to make strawberry milk, plus obviously the milk. So I just tried it. I threw some milk with a few spoonfuls of the jam into my Vitamix, and it turned into the same delicious milk. Normally I just blend it with whole strawberries and honey, and so essentially we've also made a strawberry milk concentrate, which is super fun. And by the way, if you have not tried making strawberry milk out of fresh strawberries and some honey, if you're grossed out by the thought of it being technically jam, then just do it with fresh whole strawberries and honey. It is so delicious. Tonight is not exactly a typical evening in our household. The girls actually went with their aunt that's getting married. They have an annual girls camp out with all the little nieces. They were so excited for that again now. By the way, this is my sandwich loaf. You can tell it has risen beautifully. So I'm gonna shape this now because it does need a couple of hours before it's ready to bake then, and I want it to bake before bedtime. But Hudson was invited to one of his boy cousins' houses then for the night. So that leaves Josh and myself and William for supper. So we decided to go out for supper this evening. So I'm not cooking supper, which does not happen very often. I'm excited for that, but I will shape my loaves and then hopefully pick up a little bit. I don't like leaving for supper or the evening and then coming back to a messy kitchen. So I'm gonna try to get things cleaned up here, and then we'll be all ready for a little takeout night, which is super, super fun. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope it gave you some inspiration in your kitchen and home this week. Let me know if there's any strawberry recipes that you have been enjoying, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends.